Hello friends, I'm Tunde Dugantsi, Hungarian gingerbread artist, and today I will show you how I decorated this cookie gift set. I used some edible images. These are prints that I printed on icing sheets with an edible printer. I used the corn syrup to glue the print to the cookie. I outlined the cookie and the print, and I will flood the remaining parts of the cookie with this light blue icing, like Tiffany blue icing. I let it set and I pipe a scallop border around the picture. I add some dots inside the outline. I add some extra dots and some edible beads in the corners, and I finish the cookie with a border, a row of dots. The next one is a heart shape. I outline the cookie and I divide it into three parts. The middle section will be pink and the rest of the cookie will be blue. I put the print in the pink part. It says thank you. This is a great way to avoid piping texts. So if you have a text you don't feel like piping, you can make an edible print and use that instead. And once the flood icing dries, I give a border to the text and I pipe a scallop border around the middle section of the cookie. Some teardrops between the scallops. And I finish this cookie with dot border as well. And at the remaining parts of the pink, I add a few lace elements to fill in the gaps. Now this plug cookie, I outline the cookie and then I make a middle section vertically that will fit the text. I fill the middle section with the blue flood icing and the two sides with the pink. I let it set and I use corn syrup to glue the text. It says happy birthday to the middle of the cookie and I outline it with some dots. Then I add an extra dot for each pair to make a triangle shaped pattern. I make a scallop border around the middle section of the cookie. I add some teardrops. So you see these simple lace design elements make the cookie look so much more intricate. And for the middle section, where I have a little space left, I add the lace design. Some loops, curly cues and teardrops and dots. And I finish the cookie with a dot border. This next one is a small square cookie. I outline the cookie and I pipe four leaf shapes in it. I will fill the inside of these leaf shapes with the pink icing and the rest of the cookie with the blue icing. I let it set and I go over the leaf shapes with wiped piping consistency icing, and I pipe a grid on top of it. These are diagonal lines. Just parallel lines all along these leaf shapes in the cookie. I add edible beads to the middle and to the tips of these leaf shapes. I put some teardrops and dots in the empty spaces. And I finish the cookie with a dot border. The next cookie is another small square. I outline the cookie and I pipe a big teardrop shape in one, starting from one corner. If you make a mistake, you can always remove it with a toothpick. I fill I fill this teardrop shape with the pink icing, and I finish the rest of the cookie with the blue. I outline the teardrop shape and I add a grid inside. I will use a royal icing rose and I add some lace design elements around it. Some loops and teardrops and curlicues, finishing with dots and the final dot border. This next cookie is a 4-inch heart. I divide it into 3 sections. The shape is like a curtain. The middle will be pink and the 2 sides will be blue. So I flood the cookie and let it dry. And once it's dry, I outline the separate parts. I add some lace design elements. I add the royal icing rose, a few lines, and some dots. And then the dot border to finish the cookie. The next cookie is a small round cookie. It will have a middle section that's pink and it will have blue icing around it. And as you can see, all of these designs are pretty simple to make, but the whole set will look very fancy if you put them together, and these are nice gifts. The middle part will get a rose. I add dots all around the middle section. And transforming those dots into the triangle shaped dot design. A few lace elements and the dot border around the cookie. I hope you enjoyed this project and see you again next week.